Hi, Kerry Grinkmeyer with Best of Us Investors Yet. I got a question for you. Are we having fun yet? Are we having fun trading the stock market in 2022? If you aren't having fun now, I don't know what it's going to take. I mean, it's like going to an amusement park and getting on a roller coaster. I mean, you come in and you open the market opens up and you're up $30,000. And then all of a sudden at that end of the day, you're down $5,000. Wow, what was that all about? Do you ever feel you're getting played? Yeah, well, I guess maybe a little, Kerry. I feel like I'm getting played. Well, okay, then is this a new game or is this something that's been done before and we can learn from past history and kind of figure out how long is this going to last? How long is it going to be going up and down and up and down? And when is it going to take off? Well, you can look back at history and you can see what it's done in the past, and that'll give you a pretty good clue of what it's going to do in the future. And then you can assess what is causing this. Is it interest rates? Is it inflation? Is it a slowing economy? Is it Russia's aggression? Is it maybe the margin that you bought everything on? And guess what? Do you know who collects data? Are you familiar with big data? Are you aware that Amazon knows 60% of the time what you're going to buy before you buy it? Are you aware that Google tracks your every move through Google search? Are you aware that Amazon knows your purchases and Facebook knows your family and your friends? Do you think there is a possibility? Just a possibility, just entertain me here, that Wall Street knows what you're going to do before you do it? Do you think they know your margin account? Do you think they know how much of your Tesla you own on margin? Do you think that's possible? Oh, no, certainly not. That would be an invasion of my privacy. I do that in the comfort of my brokerage account, and they don't share my data with anybody. You think so? Let's talk a little bit more about this. This is certainly not financial advice, but it might be some form of education. I'll be right back with you.
Best of Us Investors presents Kerry Grinkmeyer.
I did a video last week that I really enjoyed, and that was Are You Swimming Naked? It kind of plays on Buffett's quote, it's only when the tide goes out that you learn who's been swimming naked. I thought about doing a butt shot, but I thought you don't need to see that. So Jack found a better thumbnail for me. So what I wanted to know, I know I'm being played. I know Wall Street is just churning this market right now so that they can push it down and then bring it up so that they can accumulate profits. They didn't do well last year, so they've got to impress their fat cat clients that, hey, we can make you money anytime we want to. And so they are doing that early in the game so that they can end first quarter looking strong. And so they're at your expense. They're flushing you out of the market and catching you in a margin position, and then they're just thrashing you on a daily basis. So is this something new? No, they do this on a regular basis. So what I thought I'd do is go to my psychologist or my psychiatrist. You know, I call Trading Views, my charting service, my psychiatrist. And so I want to show you. This is a variation of something I've shown you, but I've never done it this way because I keep learning more things that I can do on trading views. And if you don't have it, you don't have a psychiatrist, or at least you don't have one as good as mine. So look at this. What I did was I went in here and I said to my trading views, give me a pattern so that I can measure how long these corrections, these dips last, and how deep they go. And you can see on this chart here, I've gone in and I've tracked going all the way back to, I guess it's about 2015, 2018, and I've entered in every dip. And then on the views, I can put a dot on the high and then come down so many days and put a dot on the low. And it tells me how much the market dropped and how many days I then calculate it took. And you can see I come up with 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 references, including the one we're doing right now. And it kind of, it's as short as 30 days. And it's as long as 60 days. So I'm surmising that this is going to be somewhere. Right now, we're at, I think, 32 days into this gyration, this roller coaster we're riding. So I believe it's probably going to go at a max of somewhere around 60 days. And that would take us to, maybe the 1st of March. Now, what at that point we're going to know is is the government going to raise interest rates? Are they going to do this 1/4 point 4 times this year? We'll have a better understanding on it. We'll also have a better understanding of what's going to what's happening in Russia. But most importantly, you'll be totally flushed out. If you're on margin, you'll be wiped out. And you'll pack your bags up and say, well, I made so much money in 2020 and I did fairly well in most of 2021, and then I just got creamed at the end of the year. So they'll then go and recruit a new bunch of people to invest in the stock market. But I hope you followed my advice and said take the word margin out of your vocabulary and invest for the long term, and don't get involved in their blackjack game of a daily basis, and invest in those things that are going to change your life. And we've talked about that, and we'll get to that. But again, I want to remind you again the severity of this margin situation, and I want to show you this graph again that goes back to 2016 and shows the amount of margin. And you can see in 2018, it hit a high. And then as we went to the coronavirus, it flushed a lot of people out. And that's what that dip is. That's when people get caught in swimming without any pants on, without any swimsuits on. And then it happened again in March of 2020. And then as the government issued checks, you made money. And as your account went up, you increased your margin. So you stayed, or not you, some people stayed at that 50% margin ceiling all the way up. And then when it turned, it just kept flushing them out. And do I think it's done? No, I don't. I think we've got probably another 14 days of this activity, so that the hedge funds and the Wall Street firms can set themselves up for a good first quarter report. You'll see, I believe, the market spike back up after that. So that's kind of where I think this is going. Then the next question is, what do you buy? Well, I bought some Amazon. Earlier, I bought some Microsoft. I'm going to be buying some Google. And why do I want to do that? Because they are suppressed. They are on sale. And they are the companies that are going to lead me to the next crazy invention that technology brings forth to us. And I've been beating the drum on the one for biotech because I believe through artificial intelligence and medicine and stimulated by the coronavirus, we're going to find cures for diseases. We're going to get genome therapy, and genome sequencing is going to become a part of our daily lives. I also, as I have said, that further out, we're going to have a situation where your power is going to be, or your energy is going to be provided by the sun through a solar panel that's no bigger than a garbage can up on your roof, that's going to follow the sun, have lenses in it to magnify the intensity of the sun it takes in, and charge the battery in your garage. Is that important? Yeah. And then Jacob did a video, and I really want to impress this because I think it's really insightful. He did a video on a company that is looking for a cure for Alzheimer's, and I wasn't really aware of how many of my fellow senior citizens, my fellow baby boomers, have Alzheimer's, and it's to the tune of 5.1 million people. 5.1 million people, and it's projected by 2025 it'll be 7.1 million people. And in that video, I said, put some relevance to that. In 2025, they believe here in the United States, there'll be 1.2 million electric vehicles. Well, which is more important to you? If your grandfather has Alzheimer's, or if he owns an electric vehicle, or if you own an electric vehicle, would you give that electric vehicle up if somebody could develop a cure for Alzheimer's and your grandfather could somehow miraculously remember your name? It's not that bad yet. But that's what's in the balance right now. And I think it's kind of crazy to me that we investors get all wrapped up in a change in technology for converting internal combustion engines to electric vehicles, and we just kind of ignore that genome sequencing in 2000 cost $1 billion. Yeah, $1 billion to get your genome sequenced. Now it costs less than $1,000. Wow, what? I paid $100 to 23andMe to get my genome sequenced. So it's reaching scale. So is that important? Is the sun providing me energy important? Or is an electric vehicle important? Or is it important that Netflix gets more subscribers? Which is most important to you? If you don't have anybody in your family who has cancer, who has Alzheimer's, who has what is it? I don't know. AFib. If you don't have heart disease, if you don't have any exposure to that, you probably don't give it much consideration. You're more wrapped up in Tesla. And that's okay, but I don't think it's really important to the scope of things. I hope you agree with me. I hope you see the potential of this, and I hope you take the word margin out of your vocabulary. It's not that gap on the side of your paper, that's the margin. No, it's where you go borrow money against the money you have and put it in jeopardy. It's one thing to take a mortgage on a house. It's totally different to take a mortgage on a stock portfolio. They reevaluate it daily, and they call for a pay up daily. That doesn't happen in real estate. So, okay, that's my take of today. I think we have a bright, sunny future in front of us. I think it's about 30 days in front of us based on the trading views chart that I showed you. And again, if you'd like a psychologist or psychiatrist to give you a view into the past, which gives you a comfort in the future, lay down on the couch with Trading Views. You'll find a link and a discount in the description. Join me, join our tribe, join us at our Discord, and let's have fun this time. Are you having fun yet?